Hello again. It's another of those crazy bath time lockdowns. I got over 400 views last time, so, you know, if it takes nakedness in a bath to get me views, then I'll do it. I've got nothing to say, never have had all my life, but I never stop talking. And I'm getting old. Over 70 as I always bang on, but I'll be cheerful tonight. Makes a change, unlike my songs. What can I talk about? It's not rehearsed, nothing's ever rehearsed. I just put the camera on in the bath. I just wanted to say hello. Yeah, I know. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Of course I do. A happy Christmas, a peaceful Christmas more than anything. But why not use the camera just to give you all a greeting and a message, instead of all those profound songs I've been writing for 13, 14 years. All those painful lyrics that I give you, trying to make you see the world the way I see it, and most of you never will. And I've complained about all my old fans aren't there anymore. YouTube seems to be the habitat of younger people now, but I've still got some fans on YouTube because I did Tolkien songs, and of course The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are welcomed by many young people because they're still dreamers. They've not died in the head. They die in. Seems to me sometimes the older you get and the nearer the death you are, the more your brain seems to die before time. Anyway, I'm going to sing a song with my guitar in the bath. First of all, just let me say, this is Monkey. Monkey's my friend. I live with Monkey. Hello, he says. We're together now on our own. I've told you, most of my friends gone. One or two I still can ring up who live a long way away now. But people don't like me. And I don't know why. I just try and tell the truth to people. But if the truth doesn't fit into their relationship with me, they'd rather stick to their own kind. And I'm not one of their own kind. Okay, be that as it may, that's my complaint. Don't do that, Monkey. That's my complaint. I look after Monkey, even though once I hung him up from the shower rail when I was singing a protest song about 9/11 and complaining about the people who'd really done it, who got away with it, as it seems to me. In my humble opinion, what do I know? Maybe more than you'd think, because I keep an open mind. All my life I've been open-minded. I'm a monkey. Sit over there. I'll just put him there. Don't get your foot wet. Don't get your tail wet. Sorry about that. I talk to him a lot. Now I'm trying to talk to you. That's why I can't think of many things to say anymore, because it's an art conversation and it's one that I've lost. I can't be a Russell Brand or somebody like that who can talk and talk because they're professionals. I suspect sometimes being a professional talker and interviewer, you tend to become very slick and lose track of the truths that you're trying to find, even though at the same time you're talking about truth. Well, truth keeps interrupting me every other sentence. I never quite agree with the thing that I've just said. And so, being out of practice too, I don't say much to people. But one or two people have said it was nice to see me talking to them. So I'm talking again. I hope the cough's not anything worse than I think. So I'm just wishing him a peaceful Christmas. And may all stay free from illness. And things will be better next year. I promise. Things will get better for a time. But as you'll know from the things that I write, it won't last long. because the greatest crisis of all is just around the corner. That's global warming, and there's no way out of that now. And that's the bad news I always bring, I suppose, to people, that no matter what we do, I don't think there's a way out of it now. After years of considering it, I've lost hope. But I hope you've not lost hope, and I hope you still believe in love and loving each other. And what should I do now? At least I don't have to worry about losing my audience, because I've hardly got one anyway. I know. I'll sing you a quick, if I can balance the guitar on the bath. A carol. In the bleak midwinter, frosty winds did moan, earth as hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long, long ago. What can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, then I would bring a lamb. And if I were a wise man, I will do my part. Yet what can I give him? Give my heart. That was difficult. When I was a kid at school, a lad called Nigel somebody, I forget his name, his surname, he sang that. He sang it like an angel, 11 years old. It was the Christmas nativity play. And I was jealous because I wanted to sing like him, and I knew I couldn't, and I knew he was a beautiful singer. And I guess that's the jealousy I learned about very young. And I've always carried it. I don't like jealousy, and I can't remember many times I've ever been jealous since. But 11 years old, I felt bad about that. Not for too long. And then I read the Bible, and I read The Ragged Trousered Philanthropist, a book you might not know about. It was my second Bible, passed down from my granddad. I'm just gonna lie down in the bath here. Hey, I'm smiling. Hang on. There we go. Hope I'm still in range. Hope I am. Hard for me to see sometimes. Short sight too. Where was I? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I've forgotten what I was talking about. Anyway, the Jesus thing, I read the Bible, that's right. And I'm not a Christian. I don't think I ever was for more than about 12 months, when I was forced into it by my parents and the society we live in. It didn't hold water to me. I couldn't believe it all. But my hero all my life, if I had to name one person who was my hero, it would be Jesus. Whether fictional or fictional, or factual. And that story's it's captivated me all my life. And I don't even read the Bible the way I'm supposed to do, apparently. Because every time I used to argue with people, when there were people to argue or discuss, as I used to say, with them, You've just fallen off, Musket. You've fallen off the bath. Sorry, but I worry about them. Hey. And you're wet. And you're wet. I've told you a million times. Look, behave yourself. There they are. Look. Can you see? Are you low enough? I'm not. I'll put you over there. Just sit still and rest. I'm not going to hang you up on the shower by a scarf like I did in that video. Yeah, I used to argue with people all the time about Jesus. And the things that I found in the Bible that stunned me were the things they never mentioned, and they still don't. It's not really talked about in church. Don't be an adult if you want to go to heaven. That was one thing he said. Only it was in the Bible as suffer yourselves as little children to enter the kingdom of heaven. And also a man of peace, of course he was, totally believed in peace, but he lost his temper occasionally when he thought things had gone too far. And I loved it when he threw all the money lenders, the capitalists, the greedy people off the steps of the temple, and everybody thought that was great. That's funny considering the state of the church for 2,000 years, but at the time he was hailed as doing the right thing. Well, I still think it's the right thing. I loathe Christian established churches. I loathe all established churches, of course. And I think that if you keep open-minded and you don't listen to the propaganda that's been thrown at you all your lives, then you'll be left in a state of not actually knowing anything. I used to drive my friends mad with the same old phrase. I know nothing, but I know that I know nothing. I forget where I got it from, but they used to just raise their eyes to the heavens and jeer me when I always used to say the same thing, but I didn't know what else to say, because they'd ask me, tell me what you know, and I didn't really know anything. When I gave them an opinion that could be wrong, they disagreed with my opinions anyway, so I didn't bother. And that goes to all the churches, Christian, Islamic. Hope no crazy nutter has a go at me for that, because the Islamic church are really touchy, but so's the Christian church, Catholics in particular. Apologies to all of you who are members of these churches. You can't help it now, because you spent a lifetime being told what to think, and you don't know how to think for yourselves anymore. Many of you anyway, but my fans will. I might only have 2 out there, I don't know how many it is, but my fans will think for themselves, and they'll just stare out the skies and wonder about the mystic and the unknown. They'll see the biggest universe and the tiniest atom contain mysteries that we can't even touch on, and the more we look, the more mysterious it becomes. And for mankind to foolishly make narrow-minded rules about good and bad, right and wrong, is laughable to me. Laughable. And the other thing, and again, I don't know whether I made this up or whether I learnt it from somewhere else, but I've always had this idea about the two forces, the dual forces in the world, of power and love. And I've always maintained that when you're feeling power, you're not feeling love. And when you're experiencing love, you have no awareness of power. And I'm talking about in the moment, and we live our lives with that moment. Power is related to ego and fear, therefore protection. And love is selfless. It looks outward towards other people. And I don't think you need any religion to define those factors. But religions are betrayed by their concentration on power as opposed to love. Any established religion that believes in power is a joke to me. That's the problem of being an established religion. By being established, you're not a religion. But I know nobody will listen. I know that. Okay, I tend to talk too quickly because I've got no one to talk to except a silent listener and monkey who telepathically has a go at me sometimes. But there it is. Jesus is my hero, and I don't believe in Christianity, and I don't believe in God as far as I know. I don't believe in a heaven, but I dream that there is one. Oh, how I wish there was one. Oh, more than that, I suppose I'd wish that I could be in it. But isn't that ego? Isn't that power? The animals seem to know better. I've been out tonight before it went dark, quickly with some bread. I fed the magpies and the crows at my local park. I've seen the deer slowly walking through the woods as the night fell. That's the only thing I have that keeps me going now. People have abandoned me, and I don't think I'm bad. I don't think I've got much badness in me at all. The people who tell me I'm bad, their judgment is enough for me to know that they've got a lot of self-thinking to do, but they won't do it. They're so sure. People are so sure. Well, I'm not sure about anything. I'm totally unsure. But I still think love exists. I try and live by love, but I don't know where it came from. I don't know how I could possibly put it into words. But I just want people to be kind and generous to each other and loving. Enough of this. I get lost. I've nothing to say. I'm boring you. I told you in the other video like this. Just switch me off. It doesn't matter. By now there's going to be nothing profound coming out. I just wanted to say hello. This is the man, for the people who've been following me for so long. This is the idiot who writes all those songs, all that profundity. This is the sham. Well, not sham, because I'm not fake. This is the pathetic, tiny fragment of a person behind what seems so confident, knowledgeable songs. Because I don't know what's happening. I haven't a clue. But I'm not going to go about ordering people what to do. Let everyone decide for themselves, and whatever mess we make, we'll just have to live with to the end now. You know, climate change is a disaster. Total disaster. The more I learn about it, the less I want to read, the less I want to study it. Because the mountain gets bigger every day. I'm never going to climb that mountain. So I just sit now and watch the protests and the demonstrations. And I know people believe in them. And that's good. Keeps them going, I suppose. Because when you end up like me, an old man like this, it's hard to keep going when you haven't got any beliefs like that anymore. Any faiths, any dreams, any future. I want you all to enjoy the moment. It's living in the moment that matters. That's all you can do now. Live in the moment. Laugh in the moment. Love in the moment. Oh, I should have scripted something instead of this rambling diatribe of nothingness. So I apologise again. I'll knock the video off in a minute. Don't even know whether I'll put it on yet. But I just wanted you to know who I am. Behind, I won't say the facade of songs, because I believe in those songs, or did when I wrote them, and still do when I write them. But it's just in the moment that you're writing them. I suppose it's kind of a reflection of what I used to feel like when I was younger and felt there was hope. I've lost hope, but I've not lost love. I still love everybody. And I can tell they don't think about me at all, but I worry about them I worry about the people who've rejected me. I still hope the ones that are old are still coping okay and are not in pain. I've got a son out there. I love him to bits. And he rings me up to see that I'm okay. And I know he loves me in his own way. And I don't know what else to say. I don't love any more than anybody else does. It's just, I think I'm brutally honest at the back of my mind about life. I won't lie to myself. I think I got that off Jesus in the Bible story about lying. You know, when Pilate said to him, "Who are you? Are you the Son of God?" I love it. It's still in the translation in the Bible, Jesus saying to him, "Well, who do you think I am?" He just left it to Pilate. He left it to everybody. Crucify me or listen to me. Choose. So they chose to crucify him. Was that because they couldn't stand what he was saying? Because it undermined all their ideas of ego and power and ambition? I don't know. It's just a story, I say. But what if it wasn't? What if it really did happen? What a man. What a man. Yeah. I like bathing in candlelight. It's relaxing. I'm calming down now at the end of this video. I'm talking more slowly than I was, but I still feel stupid to put it on. People who still know my site and where I broadcast on, they'll probably leave messages saying Mr. Ego, and I'm not. So it doesn't. I don't really care what they say. Opinions on my fingernails. I'll leave you with the greatest pieces of poetry, or one of, that I ever heard. It was only a song, and I heard it when I was a teenager, still at school. And it was written by Robbie Williamson, actually, a wonderful artist. I wish I was as wise as Robin. I really do. And I wish I could write like him. And he wrote, in the middle of a song, he wrote something about the great man. And this is what he said. The great man, historians his memory, artists his senses, thinkers his brain, labourers his limbs, explorers his growth, and soldiers his death each second, and mystics his rebirth each second, businessmen his nervous system, no hustle men his stomach, astrologers his balance, lovers his loins, his skin it is all patchy, but soon will reach a glowing hue, for God is his soul, infinity his goal, the mystery his source, and civilization he leaves behind, and opinions are his fingernails. Mea, mea, all the world is but a play, be thou the joyful player. I thought that was so wonderful, so beautiful. I think it's one of the loveliest things I've ever heard in a song, ever, ever. I'll carry that to my grave or funeral pyre or whatever it is, or cliff edge, whatever waits me in these last years, or these last months even. But it's wonderful poetry, wonderful thought, and there are great men like that alive, trying to tell us things. They don't consider themselves great. I'm the judge of that for them. They don't judge them themselves. I call them great, but not in a powerful way. Great in love. And that's a statement of love, trying to make us all wise. You know, in the same song, I think he said, Jesus, and yeah, he listed the characters throughout history. He tried to explain in another part of that song about the people in history who've lived. He said, Jesus and Hitler and Richard the Lionheart, 3 kings and Moses and Queen Cleopatra, the cobbler, the maiden, the mender and the maker, the sickener and the twitcher, and the glad undertaker, the shepherd of willows, the harper and the archer. They all sat down in one boat together. Troubled voyage in calm weather. All the world is but a play without the joyful player. He likened the earth to be a boat where everyone sits down. All those different people. What a mess of a voyage. Troubled voyage in calm weather. The trouble was caused by us, but the weather was calm as we sailed through space and the peace of the planets. See, I even think that phrase is wrong, the peace of the planets. There's hurricanes and there's volcanoes and there's earthquakes. Well, planet quakes, probably all over the galaxy. Why say the peace of the planets? Maybe it's when you get to the distance of stars you see the peace. Because a star isn't peaceful, but why shouldn't it be? It's only our flesh and our survival for life that makes us fear the fire of a star. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'll switch it off. I'll say goodbye to you all. Well, good night. I hope I'll see you again. Well, I say I hope I'll see you again, because of course I do. But you never know when, do you? I don't know how long this video is going to be. Doesn't matter. It's quiet in here. Monkey's over there. He looks drunk. Look, listen. Look at that. I know he's only an extension of myself. I know he's just a puppet. So, we've all got to have somebody to relate to. And if people don't relate to me anymore, then I'll just relate to the monkey. He doesn't hurt me. Doesn't try and score points over me. Doesn't condemn me. He just is. That was the Buddhist thing, wasn't it? What are you? Are you this? Are you that? No. I just am. But what I am, I'll never know. Anyhow, have a good holiday. Keep safe. Love each other. What else? There is nothing else. Because these things aren't profound, they're simple. And that's the problem. All we need is food and fire and a roof to keep us dry. That's all we need. We don't need anything else. And then we can love. Good night, everybody. Keep safe.